Okay. So, it's me once again. Um, so I went to visit my mother. And me, Teresa, and Teresa's daughter, Beth, all went, um, to a pamper chef party. It was kind of cool. I was a little nervous. Okay, I was a lot nervous. I was terrified. Even when I first came in the door, because my mother's like, Ariana? Like, question, and it was the first time my mother's ever dealt with me like I was kind of a stranger. Which I guess in a lot of aspects I am. Because, there's parts of me she's never really gotten to know. Even though I'm still mostly the same person. But, so I went, and I planned for the worst. And when it didn't happen, I was pleasantly surprised. So, it was me, my mother, my Aunt Holly, my Aunt Angie, my Aunt Cindy, my Aunt Samantha were all there. And one of my mother's coworkers, I don't know her name. And they all treated me appropriately. They all have trouble with the name. But they're making an effort. Which I think is really nice. So, yeah, it went really well. I really didn't get a chance to really talk with my mom or anything. But like I said, it was more of a group event, which was kind of good, because that also meant that my mother didn't have a chance to corner me. Not saying that she would, but, I have to plan for every possibility. Which is silly, but that's the way I am. So yeah, I was pretty pleasantly surprised. And it was almost like a dream. I was just another one of the girls, nothing special, just Ariana. And I don't even know how to describe it. It felt so unreal, but in a good way. And it was really, really cool. Yeah, I know I got a little bit of hair, but I have a laser coming later on today, and I'm not going to bother putting on makeup. So anyone that's complaining about my mustache or whatever, they can swivel clockwise on the middle phalange. So that's kind of what it was like when I went to visit my mother. So it turned out very, very well. Other things going on with me. There was a fair in the town that I'm living at. A little carnival, nothing major. A couple rides, a couple games, some carny food. I bought this new bracelet. Not sure how well you can really get a look at it. No. But yeah. And I played a dart game or whatever. And I won my girlfriend a little froggy. And I think it was the first time anyone's ever kind of won her anything. So I think that was cool for her. So I ended up spending $2 on her and 20 some on me. I know, which totally defeats the whole romance of it. Andrew and Justin have gotten so big. And I've noticed how much all my aunts and how much my mother have changed. And I'm not talking about, their attitudes or anything, but just how much older they've gotten. And I don't know, it was kind of surprising. I went there and expected everyone to be just the way I remembered them. But time goes on. Maybe they expected the same thing from me, who knows? Then again, maybe the way they see me is still the way I used to look. I used to have long hair. I'm dressing differently now, but essentially, you know, they could still see me as the same person. I'm not doing anything too radically different. Besides from the small bumps I have and, you know, the fact that I do that weird thing with my face. Which might shock some of them. But I've done it from time to time before, so maybe it wasn't that much of a surprise. And I'm not even sure if they could see how happy I really was, because I was really nervous. And it's kind of weird. I don't know how to behave like a girl around my family. I know that if I ever go over for Thanksgiving or Christmas, I'm now probably obligated to do dishes, but if I have a choice between doing dishes and watching football, which one am I going to pick? I think the dishes might be more amusing, so that's no big deal. Yeah. And most of my family members, that's something I wanted to ask my mom, but I couldn't find the right time. I wanted to ask what her cup size was, because that roughly determines how big I'm going to be. And I don't know, I think most of my families are members of the Itty Bitty Titty Committee. So I may never actually get to a full A cup, which is disappointing, because I don't have too much stuff working in my favor. I'm 6'2", 170 pounds. I've been avoiding food lately. I have a bad habit about that. I know it's something I gotta work on. But, yeah. That's a whole different thing. I've always had troubles with that. So, other news update. On October 3rd, my girlfriend's going to Omaha to visit her family, and she's taking Linda with her for a week. So, someone's got to stay here to watch Beth, which, I mean, I'm not even really going to be doing that, because by the time I get off work, Beth will probably already be asleep. But there has to be some mature legal adult. And I can do the whole being a legal adult part. Not much I can do. Wow. Ooh. Stretch. Yeah, but I'm gonna really miss her. So I'm gonna probably do a couple vlogs when that happens. But just thinking about it makes me miss her. So, I guess I'm probably gonna let you go in a little bit. I can't think of anything else. You guys know that if you ever have questions that I preferably haven't answered before, you asking. As soon as my computer starts working again, I have a tendency of trashing electronic equipment. I'm like a gremlin. I'm totally technologically impaired. But I'm not quite Amish, even though I've lived with them in the mud now. So, I think I'm probably going to let you guys go. And I love each and every single one of you. Thank you for subscribing to me. Thanks for all your support and kind words.